Jungle is based on a true story about Yossi Ginsberg getting lost in the Amazon jungle in 1981.
A lot of great stories are basically ordinary people in extraordinary circumstances. This is one of those stories where you have just an average young guy who is traveling and who finds himself in the most extreme situation, which is basically fighting for survival in the Amazon rainforest.
What Yossi went through and the fact that he's alive is miraculous, whether or not you believe in like miracles in the traditional sense, but it certainly was against the odds.
Several times he blatantly should have died, and for whatever reason, be it providence or luck or whatever it is in the universe that decides someone's fate, they chose him to live.
It's a survival story, but more than just a regular survival story, it's a story about finding the hero within you. It's turning the jungle, which was the biggest enemy, into his provider.
I think it's a movie with a heart, and I think that Greg brings that vision. It's not about adventure, it's about transformation. You know, the adventure is the background. You know, it's about the human spirit and about the discovery of self and about transformation. It's about friendship and the tragedy that happens when friendship collapses.
It's not Oregon, Kevin, but I guess you'll never get it, huh?
You have no idea.
Okay, shut up! What?
No. Carl, tell us the plan.
You know, I kind of call him a accidental Buddha in the sense that basically he's a guy who fell into a situation that became something very bad, but through that discovered something quite profound that is an important idea, I think. For me, it's interesting making a story that there's a very genuine, moving, interesting kernel at the heart of this concept that I think is something that people will be moved by and interested in. It's about what people can do under extraordinary circumstances.
Survival is why we're here, you know? We know how to survive, that's why we're here. We don't need to learn it. However, we don't know that we know, and that's the big discovery that I had. I discovered that I'm actually a great survivor. It wasn't my image of myself before because we don't get a chance to really survive.
So the film Jungle is about three new friends that all meet together.
This is my friend, Yossi Ginsberg. Hey man, Kevin Gale. Good to meet you. Yeah, good to meet you.
And they decide on making a journey to the middle of the jungle with someone that they've just met.
What? We're going to have the best time. And now if we got
That was the allure of the jungle in the first place to these guys, to Yossi, Marcus and Kevin. Speaking to Carl, this wanderer and this devil character, he was something of a beautiful, dangerous mystery, just like the jungle. So I think it's going to add to the film.
And Yossi was just like, yeah, this is what I've been waiting for. This is the real experience that I've been wanting all this time. And so he does go in with Carl, and Carl walks a really fine line the whole time between somebody who is just great fun and charismatic and interesting.
The jungle shows us what we really are. We are nothing.
And somebody who's got a real kind of streak of danger running through them and a real edge to them that you're not quite sure what they're going to do next.
What makes it why I wanted to do it and why I find it exciting is the story, and the film wouldn't be interesting to me if it's like a trip of a couple of backpackers who meet a crazy German and a couple of them get lost and that's it. I think the movie only works if it's emotionally grabbing.
It's got a lot of action, and I think that the action and the entertainment aspects are earned with very well built drama and tension and conflict.
Someone read the script recently, they didn't know it was based on a story, and they were just like saying, wow, what an amazing adventure story. And like, no, it really happened. And so just as a pure adventure story, it works.
Everything is real in this movie. All the events, and everything that you see. Maybe not exactly the dialogue, you know, but this is a true story, and I think the movie does justice to this true story.
I've played real people before, but I've never played a real person who's still alive. So it was amazing having him as a resource, and just to be able to, you know, to be able to turn around to somebody and go like, well, what did you do? You know, what were you thinking at this moment?
Though I lived through it, this story I always felt is much bigger than me.